So you can see we've started taking down the fence. I think we're just going to make it a little bit smaller so we can fix where the bear went through. It's not really high enough to keep the chickens in, so it's more just kind of like an extra protection, the barrier around the chicken coop. So we're going to put that in a little bit, put some wood post up on the corners, and then run electric fence. And you can see here there's just a nice big hole in the fence where the bear came out. A little bit of a present right over there. Are you helping this morning, kitty kitty? You're just eating grass. And I hear the big machine coming. So Miami's not messing around this morning. Probably went to go get the skid steer to help us pull out the post and put in the new ones.
I can hear Larry Bone now. Put that fence post in straight, and then don't put that much dirt. Don't put much in there, and then you pack it down really good. That's the foundation for all fence posts. You get that first bit, the rest of it's good. It's funny how you hear that stuff all the rest of your life.
And that's really where just piddling came from, isn't it?
It did.
He was always...
He didn't say piddling.
Just piddling.
He said he was doing something else. Just... Was it piddling? I thought something else. But yeah, it was the same idea. You go over there, He'd have chains on frames on cars, pulling them apart. I'm just pedaling around. I'm not doing much.
Are you going to put concrete in there?
I am. After I get this first base down strong. Did we use that same chicken wire fence? Something's getting in there. So maybe just deer, maybe bear, I don't know. We know there's a bear running around. So do we use that chicken wire fence? It's been working more or less. Just wasn't tight. And then I'm gonna run a hot wire around, electric hot wire around it. Or do I go get better fencing? It's Saturday, so if I'm going to get better fencing, I gotta go now. Because everybody closes at noon. Good for them. They should go home for the weekend. These posts set, let this concrete set up a little bit before I start pulling on. A couple hours will do it. This is not the most optimal way.
I'm just thinking of like more stitches in your hand.
Recognize this?
Yeah, that was our gate post from Rockmart.
Works perfect.
Yeah.
It's heavy. Okay, Mr. Bear. I'm loaded for bear.
All right, let's mix up the goat milk. So for those of you that have been following our channel, you know that we got baby goats just about a week ago. The thing that we didn't know when we bought the baby goats was that they were only 4 weeks old and that they needed to be fed for another 8 weeks. So the first week we had mom's goat milk we were able to give them. We've used all that up, so now I'm following a goat chart that I can use just regular cow's milk with a cup of buttermilk and 1 can of evaporated milk. So I'm going to divide this gallon of milk in half. Divide the evaporated milk. Do you like my can opener? Isn't that cute? We got this when we were sailing. One of these days we'll do a video talk about why we stopped sailing. Half a cup of buttermilk. Half a cup of buttermilk into this. And this is milk that I had already mixed up, but it wasn't quite enough to feed tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up another batch. The goats are about 32 pounds right now, so I'm feeding them 15% of their body weight, so they're getting 18 ounces of milk at each feeding, and right now we're feeding them 3 times a week, and we need to feed them 3 times a week until they're 8 weeks old, and then for another 2 weeks twice a week, and then for another 2 weeks once a week. I've got all mixed up. I'm going to bring out my handy dandy kitchen scale, my Dr. Pepper bottle, back, and set you on 0, 18 ounces. These are called Pritchett nipples. They're actually split. Instead of having just one hole in them, they're just kind of split. So when I tip the bottle up, it just doesn't pour down their throat. We don't want them to choke or aspirate. We've been learning lots about goats, that's for sure. Set you back to 0. And measure out 18 ounces. And that bell you just heard was our ship's bell. He brought that from the boat. There we go. Bottle. And then about 15 minutes before feeding time, so we're feeding them about 8 in the morning, midday around 2, and then again at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I'll bring them out about 15 minutes before we feed them. I'm going to put them just in warm water to heat the milk up. You don't want to microwave it because that'll take all the nutrients out of it. And I don't really like to put it on the stove and cook it because I tend to forget and then I scorch it, and that's not good either. So I can just put it in some nice hot water, get them room temperature, about 100, 105 degrees, and we're ready to go. Alrighty. You not hungry?
That's it. How was that, huh? Now go back and eat some weeds. Lots of weeds.
All done. All done. Good job. This was originally the outhouse, which we then turned into the shed, and it is now the goat shed. So we just cleaned off the first shelf right there, threw a little hay in here, and we hung a basket because goats don't like eating off of the ground. And we have this temporary fence around for the little rascals. That's not holding them in any longer. So we're working on putting up a bigger fence, an electrified fence that's going to run down by the chicken coop. What you doing up there, you silly kitty? Huh? What you doing? Got kitties on the four-wheeler. Goats on the table. Come on, guys, bedtime. And just a beautiful night sky.
Oh boy, Atlas.
Jump.
Good boy, Atlas.
Come on, boys. You guys want to settle down? Oh.
What is that noise? Huh? Anybody coming out this morning? Guineas? You guys coming out this morning? No? And you're on top of the feed bin. Couple of eggs in there this morning. One girl laying. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick.
It's about 5 o'clock on Sunday. It's about the time I come down and collect all the eggs. Most of the girls are gone now out of the coop. Got one egg there. Got 4 eggs down there. One egg hiding right there. So this is what we feed our chickens. It's a combination of cracked corn, sunflower seeds, and Hen House Reserve. It's the organic bag, and that's kind of a mixture of oats, barley, peas, lentils, and just kind of a whole combobulation of things. They seem to like that, and they eat most of it. And of course, what they don't eat, the birds come in and eat the rest of it. So along with their feed, I will sprinkle just the crushed oyster shells all on top of that. And then once a week, I will put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in their water. And then I'll also give them some yogurt that's got a lot of really good probiotics in it. I do that maybe once a week, once every couple of weeks. Our chickens are all free range. So first thing in the morning, we let them all out. They get to roam around the property all day long, and then as soon as it starts to get dark, we bring them back in. Actually, they all kind of wander in on their own, which is really nice. So we'll do a head count because we've got 16 hens, 1 rooster, 4 guineas. We lost a guinea last week. That was kind of sad. And then 6 ducks. Like I said, they all just kind of come in. We close them up for the night, make sure they're safe, and then start all over with them again in the morning. Let's go tuck everybody into bed. Do a head count. There go to the ducks. And we've got 4 guineas. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Everybody's in.